What's up guys, Josiah LaRue here. So today we're going to be talking about some of the latest news and technology. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about an electric super sports car, some new tech from Apple, and the new Nexus 6. Let's go! So first off, let's talk about the electric sports car. Everyone wants the D, right? Okay, sorry for that horribly loaded and innuendo-filled pun. But according to Elon Musk, everyone does. Elon Musk, the owner and founder of Tesla Motors, along with several other joint corporations over the years, has revealed his new sports car, the P85D. That's right, it's still an all-electric Tesla car, but what he did is added another motor. Yes, D stands for dual motors, not anything else. Although the man has been known for other innuendo-filled puns. In fact, he wanted to release his cars in versions S, E, and X. I don't know why. Moving on. So, what's so cool about the D model of the P85 line? Well, with the dual motors, you no longer have a drive shaft. Each motor independently drives both sets of wheels, and they both electrically talk to each other so that they can know when to add power to one side or the other. So you have better traction, better speed, and overall better performance. And because you have that secondary motor, when you're like braking or going down hills or whatever, you can free spin one motor and it'll actually start regaining electricity while the other one can still be providing you a little bit of power. So it adds more performance. You can go longer without charging, yet with both motors it'll go 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. That's just about as good as some of the ultra high performance gas sports cars or performance cars like Lamborghini or Ferrari or whatever. 3.2 seconds and no gear shifts at all. You push the pedal down, it just goes because it has all that power directly from the battery right to the engine. This thing is amazing. And another interesting thing that Elon Musk actually talked about before the release, and something that he's really eager to see, is a feature he calls autopilot. When you switch this on, the car detects the lines on the road on either side of you and keeps the car straight in between the two of them. You don't have to touch the steering wheel at all. If you touch the turn signal, push it down for left, the car will seamlessly merge left as long as it detects no one in the lane next to you. If you push it down right, again, moving over to the right as long as it detects nobody. If it's about 20, right now, if it's 25 miles or lower in speed limit, it actually has a camera that scans the side of the road for speed limit signs, sees what it is, detects it, and actually starts matching that speed. It also has sensors in front of you and behind you, so it knows where you are in relation to other cars. And if a car in front of you suddenly brakes, it'll automatically start braking and stop before it runs into the other car without you even having to touch the brakes. So autopilot is an awesome feature. It's something that I really want to see in gas cars as well as electric cars. But even if it has to be an electric car for it to be tried out first, that is awesome. It's something that I've always wanted. And yeah, autopilot in cars, pretty dang awesome. It's cool that the technology is already coming out. I mean, dual motors, super fast, fully electric sports cars, autopilot, a giant touchscreen display in the car. I mean, all of these are huge advancements that are eventually going to trickle down to conventional cars, or we're all going to go electric and it'll just be really cheap and easy. But I love the technology, and the auto universe are merging very quickly, and it's producing some really cool results. So I'm very excited to see what Tesla does next. And next we're going to be talking about some more news from Apple. As if there hasn't been enough news from Apple now Apple has released invitations for their October 16th press event. That's right, they're coming back with more products. This time notably, the iPad Air 2 is probably what it's going to be called. Probably a new iMac 27-inch Retina, or maybe even 21-inch, and possibly refreshes to the Mac Mini or iPod Touch line. So that's pretty cool. We know that the iPad Air is going to get even slimmer, possibly even have gold backing instead of just the regular space gray. Buttons are going to be recessed. It's going to get Touch ID, and it might even get Apple Pay, or their NFC technology, so that you can pay with your iPad as well. And also, a really cool side note, they're going to be finally releasing OS X Yosemite. This is something I've been waiting for a while. I've played with the beta a little bit. I have a Mac myself now, and I'm really excited to see how well handoff and some of the other features that they demoed back at WWDC actually work in the public release. So that's coming on the 16th or 17th, probably along with the new iMac release. So a lot of cool things coming out of this event. I'm pretty excited. And what is the theme? It's been way too long. Yes, it has, Apple. Yes, it has. And finally, we're going to be talking about the Nexus 6. Now, this thing is kind of been a little bit of a legend in that lots of people have said they had review units or said they know what it is, but no one exactly has pinpointed what exactly this phone is going to be. But we do know a few things. One, it's going to be called the Nexus 6. It'll be the 6th iteration of the Nexus line, which is Google and Motorola's, or Google and LG's partnership to create affordable phones under the Nexus line. It's going to be coming out mid to late October or November, typically in a year to year and a half refresh cycle from the last one. And it's going to be probably starting at $349 US and going up from there. As for the other specs, no one really quite knows. As I said, there's been a lot of different units and kind of disagreements about what exactly it's going to entail. But we do know a few things. It's going to ship with Android L, the new operating system coming out from Android. From a lot of the units that have been released or leaked, it is going to look similar to an LG G3 or a Moto X. I'm leaning more toward the Moto X, with the buttons still going to be on the front digitally, but that single camera configuration in the back, a wider body screen. An interesting thing is a couple people have models that they're saying is the Nexus 6 that have dual front-facing speakers like the HTC One M8. And I think that'd actually be cool. As Linus from Linus Tech Tips has said, and many other people have said, the industry needs to have front-facing speakers. Once you have that, you can never go back to something that has just a mono speaker on the bottom. There's the one thing I really don't like about the iPhone is that I know that they're trying to go for slim and sexy and all that, but one speaker really doesn't cut it, and I don't like having to plug in my earbuds if I really want to get that full listening experience. It's kind of sad. I wish it would just put in better speakers. But anyways, yeah, dual speakers on the front of the phone. That'd be really cool to see. It's going to be powered by a 2.6 GHz Snapdragon 804 processor, 3 gigs of RAM, and an Adreno 420 GPU. So plenty of graphics power that way. Very competitive and comparable to the LG G3, the Moto X, the Note, the G5, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. So very, very competitive that way. Very good specs. No one knows quite on the screen size. A lot of people are saying 5.5 inch. Some people even saying 5.9 or 6 inch. And I think that's a little insane. The Note, the huge phone that it is, or the huge phablet as many people call it, is 5.5 or 5.7 inches. 5.9 or 6 inches, I mean, add an inch and that's a tablet. So a 6-inch phone is really too big in my opinion. So hopefully they'll stay 5.5 inch or below. Overall, it looks to be a very impressive phone, and if they can land it at $349 for 16 gig or whatever, it'll actually be fairly competitive. Nexus builds a pretty solid phone. I know my brother has a 4 and I played with a 5, and overall they're great phones. They're very durable, they last a really long time. They're not, awesome, mind-blowing or anything, but they have very rock-solid features with rock-solid software. And it's not full of bloatware. That's the one thing I do like about the Nexus, is that unlike Samsung, HTC, or anybody else, they don't load it up. It's just straight stock Android, and you can mod it or do whatever you want from there. And another news that I'm really excited about, I actually got an invite to buy a OnePlus One phone. This phone, which I talked about a long time ago, back in this video here, actually is something that I've been really wanting over the last 6 to 8 months or so. And why couldn't I get one? Well, the demand has been so high for this phone that has crazy specs, or kind of did. A lot of the competitors have now caught up because they've taken so long to release this phone, but it had crazy specs for a crazy price that you can buy off contract and then do whatever with, and everybody wants it. So the demand has been very high. They've been giving out raffles for those who can actually buy one. I actually got an invite. I bought the phone. It's coming. I'm going to be doing an unboxing review for you guys, and I'm pretty excited for this thing, so stay tuned there. So yeah guys, that's some of the latest news in technology. Let me know in the comment box down below, what do you think of the new Tesla D? Do you think that you would ever go out and buy a Tesla car? Like, what about one that goes 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds and yet still gets great miles per gallon or miles per battery life? Also, what about the new products coming out of the Apple event on the 16th? What are you looking for? A new iMac or maybe a new iPad Air? Let me know. As always guys, thanks for watching. You can check out last week's video over here, and you can check out what I talked about down here. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!